A hairy arrival at a busy uncontrolled airport, and I'm fearful of joining the circuit.
What's going on?
Golf Air uniform downwind.
Where the is he? There's somebody else downwind now and I can't see them. What a palaver.
Well, hello and welcome to today's flying video. It's an historic day in the United Kingdom. We have held a referendum and the United Kingdom has voted to leave the European Union. Here on the ground, a political earthquake is occurring. The Prime Minister's just resigned.
I love this country and I feel honoured to have served it. And I will do everything I can in future to help this great country succeed.
The pound has plummeted and the markets are in turmoil. I want to get away from it all. But before we go anywhere, we'll have to swap these wheels for some wings.
Hello, welcome aboard. We've just taken off from Biggin Hill. We're just north of Sevenoaks, tracking around the M25, which is chock-a-block because there's been some kind of smash or something down there. We're heading up to Swanley, then we'll get rid of Biggin Hill, navigate our way to the east of the London zone, and then make a left turn towards Stapleford, that sort of area. Basically, our flight today is to Peterborough. I'd originally planned this flight to go to Hawarden Airport in Cheshire, but sadly the weather this afternoon is going to be pretty rubbish, especially to the west, so figured best stay the east side of the country, hence a flight to Peterborough. Just plan to land there and then pop back, just to keep the skills fresh. It's coming up on Swanley now. I'm using the M25 to navigate me. I'm at my minimum safe altitude of 1,900 feet because of the route and mast. I'm well clear of it now and I can see it. That's a VFR minimum safe altitude. Golf India Zulu Swanley, 1,900 feet. Would like to change to Farnborough North on 132.8.
India Zulu 7,000, frequency change approved, bye-bye.
Squawk 7,000, thank you, Golf India Zulu. 32.8. This would be really hard IFR, really hard IFR. I mean, it's constant turns to weave your way through. Right, goodness me, that's been busy. So basically I've just routed round the north of the London Heathrow, London City zone. It's tight round there. You've got Stapleford, it's a narrow corridor, and now I'm going through another hole between London Luton and London Stansted. Stansted's over there, Luton's over there. You've got about a 5-mile gap to get through. So I'm using navigational aids. Anyhow, yes, I'm working very hard. It's time for this week's Tip of the Week. Now, what I really wanted the Tip of the Week to do was to basically sort of fill in the gaps between the knowledge that you learn when you're learning to fly from your instructor, your PPL training, and the things you've learned since. And I've learned absolutely heaps since passing my PPL, and they say it's, you know, learning to fly never ends, and it's so true. So with that in mind, I was thinking hard about one of the tips that I learned and one of the things that I had to go and research to answer a simple question. And that simple question is when to begin your descent. If you'll say you're quite high up, which feasibly you could be at 6,000 feet, and you need to get to your aerodrome, and you need to be at the circuit height, the overhead height of 2,000 feet. When do you begin your descent? Nobody taught me that during my PPL, it has to be said. Maybe they did, and it slipped my mind, but did they teach you on your PPL? So, I'm going to answer the question for you. This is a rule of thumb as opposed to a mathematically perfect answer, because it will depend on your ground speed. You basically decide how many thousands of feet you need to lose. So, let's say you're coming down from 6,000 feet to 2,000 feet. You will need to lose 4,000 feet, or 4. You then multiply that number by 3, which gives you 12, and that is the distance from the point at which you need to be at 2,000 feet, you need to start descending. So, yeah, 4,000 feet descent will take you 12 miles to achieve, and that's on a 3-degree slope. Obviously, your rate of descent will need to take account of your 3-degree descent. So these aircraft descend, you know, the standard sort of rate of descent is about 500 feet per minute or so, which is a comfortable descent. So to recap, to know when to begin your descent, decide how many thousands of feet you need to lose, multiply that number by 3, and that will give you the distance in nautical miles you need to start your descent. It's a rough rule of thumb. What I'm doing here is listening to the DME, distance measuring equipment, and identifying Barkway VOR DME. To make sure it works, basically, that's what we do. So...
India Zulu, leave my airspace now, Squawk 7000, continue en route.
Squawk 7000, thanks for the service, Golf India Zulu. We have different types of controller or radio operator in the UK. They're not all controllers. And at this aerodrome it's called an air-to-ground, so the operator is the call sign radio, can't give any instructions either on the ground or in the air. It can only give information. So I'm going to give you an example of what it's like to make a call to a radio operator as opposed to a controller, which is different from my home base at Biggin Hill, of course. Connington Radio, Golf Charlie Echo India Zulu, inbound request aerodrome information.
Golf Charlie Echo India Zulu, Connington 5, 28 left hand, QFE 1017.
28 left hand, QFE 1017. 14 miles to the south, and we'll join overhead. Golf India Zulu.
Roger.
So the road goes past it. The aerodrome is just to the right of it, and it's to the south of Peterborough. We should be able to see it. We're literally 2 miles away. It's got to be. There it is. I'm literally over the top of it. Golf India Zulu, just joining the zone to the southeast, joining overhead.
India Zulu, roger.
Connington is an uncontrolled airfield, and while it has an air-to-ground radio operator, the pilots have to make all the decisions. That means you, as the pilot in command, have to keep a really good lookout, keep a good ear out, and pilots need to make their intentions clear over the radio. I arrived into the overhead at a very busy moment, and as you'll see, I found it really difficult to see any of the other traffic. At one point I even wondered if I was at the right aerodrome, since I couldn't see anyone, and they certainly didn't appear to be where they said they were. As far as I can tell, no one was doing anything wrong here. It was just a busy moment. You'll see that I choose to play it safe, and I resist the temptation to descend into the circuit until I was sure. It was certainly a tad frustrating though.
Brakes, so fuel is on. Radios are tuned and identified. Engine temperatures and pressures are in the green. Carb heat. Direction indicator.
Looking for 7 visual airfield. About 7.
Entering 47 is approximately 2 miles to the north, joining overhead at 1,800 feet.
47, roger.
And I'm visual with one other joiner.
Thank you.
Got one over there. So brakes, undercarriage mixture is rich. Fuel is on, pump is on. Carb heat.
Golf Sierra, downwind, 28 Lambert Charlie.
Golf Sierra.
Heading 47, dead side sending.
47.
Alpha Delta left base for 28.
Roger.
Golf India Zulu is continuing in the overhead. I've lost contact with various other traffic, so going to remain in the overhead until I'm sure. Golf India Zulu.
India Zulu, roger.
We've got one descending dead side there.
Alpha Delta final. Peterborough Towers, Golf Whiskey Alpha Charlie uniform, currently overhead Molesworth and requesting airfield information.
Whiskey Alpha Charlie uniform, Connington 5, 28 left hand, QFE 1017. 1 in, 2 joining.
Runway 27.
Heading 47, downwind, touch and go.
QNH 1017, Golf Charlie uniform.
47, roger.
Roger, near the wind tower there, yeah?
Hey, firm.
Heading 47, late, downwind, touch and go.
47, roger.
What's going on? He's gone way out there, and he was in the ATZ. He positioning for a long final or something? What's
Heading
going on?
47, final.
This is final now.
Between 47 and 20010.
He's obviously extended out. I think it was the right thing to stay in the overhead. There's no control, you're in charge basically.
Golf Whiskey Alpha Charlie uniform is requesting to join downwind.
Golf India Zulu is overhead and descending dead side.
India Zulu, roger. Charlie uniform, understand, you want to join downwind?
Airfield Golf Charlie uniform.
Charlie uniform, roger, report downwind.
Wilco Charlie uniform.
Any chance of asking Charlie uniform their range, Golf India Zulu?
Charlie uniform is 2 miles to the south-west of the airfield.
Roger, I'm just descending now in the dead side to join downwind, Golf India Zulu.
Whistling 47 is on the go around and will be departing at 800 feet to the west. Many thanks. We're airframe reference uniform Mike.
That's copy, thanks, good day.
Many thanks. Whistling 47. Golf Charlie uniform downwind.
Now, where the hell are you?
Golf Kilo Tango, readability 5, 28 left, QNH 1018.
Golf India Zulu is climbing back into the overhead. We'll circle round again, Golf India Zulu.
India Zulu, roger.
Say.
And India Zulu, ops normal?
Ops normal, it's just the traffic joining on downwind and I didn't have visual, so I'm going to climb round and go around again.
India Zulu, roger, make your standard descent, please, we'll keep you advised.
Sorry, say again.
Roger, continue your normal approach, we'll keep you advised of additional traffic.
You have something downwind at the moment and I don't see it, Golf India Zulu.
Thank you.
Golf Sierra, circuit left from Charlie.
Golf Sierra, roger. Charlie uniform, is that you laid downwind about to turn base?
Yes, that's Golf Charlie uniform.
Roger, have you visual.
Where the f*** is he? There he is.
Golf Charlie Uniform, final for land.
Charlie Uniform and 200 is 12.
Golf India Zulu is overhead, descending dead side.
India Zulu.
I suppose I could have joined downwind if I wanted to, but there were two in the circuit, so I took the safer option.
Golf Sierra downwind 28 to land at Charlie.
Sierra.
There's somebody else downwind now, and I can't see them.
Golf India Zulu, I'm afraid I am not visual with the traffic now on downwind, so perhaps they can inform me of their position. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes today, I can't see them.
Roger, the traffic is on base leg to final, it's a rotary wing and one on the runway backtracking.
Oh, Roger, so I'm now going to go overhead and I'm at circuit height and we'll join downwind again.
India Zulu, Roger. Charlie Inform, second left, please.
Gosh, after all that, it was a relief to finally join the circuit. I have absolutely no idea why I wasn't seeing the other aircraft today. I have edited this arrival down a little bit, but apart from a couple of radio calls from aircraft on the ground, I haven't removed anything pertinent. Now, I had to get the landing right.
Golf India Zulu, final 28 to land.
India Zulu 1 on departing, wind 180 at 12.
India Zulu.
Charlie Inform, parking will be on your left alongside the Golden Top 28.
On the left, Golf Charlie Inform. Peterborough radar, Raven 6 Victor Romeo.
.500 feet carby off. Left hand down.
Roger.
Peterborough radar, Raven 6 Victor Romeo.
So, there we go, we've arrived at Peterborough. Thanks for watching the video. Slightly interesting end to the video. If you have any comments, then please put them in the video below. Like my video, make sure to join me here on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my website for more information. And we'll be back with more next week. Bye!